Welcome to this colouring demonstration for Wild Rose Studio. As you can see, today we are colouring in the bunny with cake stamp, and hopefully we'll be showing you how to turn this into this here. We've chosen lilac colours because we're going to match it with these papers from the Butterfly Glade paper pack. And first of all, just to let you know, all the colours I've used are at the top here. These are Copic pens, and to start with I'm going to show you how I shade in the bunny. So we're going to take the first three here, and I'm going to start off with my E35 chamois, and I'm going to add start off with just some shading around the edge of the image. So anywhere where you think this should be in shadow. I know that's sometimes hard to work out, but you can just do it in these areas if you want to do it the same. So I'm going to do the bottom of the feet and generally around the edges and a bit in that corner there. Right, next I'm going to take my middle colour, E34, and I'm just going to start sort of brushing over these areas towards bits which aren't coloured, and just by going over with a lighter colour the two shades will blend together, but you do want to leave a bit of white in the middle, just like that. And finally we take the last one, Bisque, E30, and I'm going to go over the whole area. I'm going to sometimes I sort of brush it like that, and sometimes, especially with the face, I'll do a bit of sort of circular movements as well to blend it all. And especially here, you can see to get that graduation with the third colour, you start to get the graduation from dark right the way through to light. So that's the effect you're aiming for. And there you go. See, it can be really quite quick. And next I'm going to take my E41. I like this one for the white parts of bunnies and things because it's sort of a really pale cream, and that's nice to use. Next I'm going to do the ears using my R20 and R85. I'm going to start off with the blush, same idea, and R85, just a little touch in the beginning of the ear, and then go back over with your R85 to blend it. Next I'm going to do the cake. Yes, let's do the cake. So I'm actually going to take the Bisque again, E30, and I'm going to add a base colour. You don't have to add a base colour, but sometimes I like to do it just to get an idea of, you know, what the colour looks like. And this is going to be the main colour, but we're going to differentiate it from the rabbit by adding some more yellow and blending it with yellow. So that's my base. Put it onto the rabbity. It's going to look cakey. So next we're going to take Buttercup Yellow, Y21, and I'm going to go round the edge of the cake with this. So it's going to go. You can take a bit more time over this when you do it at home. Just going to go around the edge, and I reckon this bit's darker, so I'm going to add a bit more yellow and a bit more yellow here in the corners as well. Okay, so we want to blend that together, so we go back to the E30, and again I quite like using this sort of smooshing, I don't know what the technical word is, movement with a pen, and that seems to help blend it together. There you go, see that looks a bit better. And right, what next? I think, now here's a tip. one thing you can do, take a darker colour, like maybe either chamois or oriental, I can't remember what I used, but use one of those colours just to dot in the little crumbs that you can see on the cake, because that's makes it look quite cakey. And I remember when I did this before, I did start to get quite enthusiastic by taking a little tip of the pen and just doing some little dots in the corner to give it a cake texture. But as I say, this is entirely optional and depends on how much time you've got on your hands as well. You know, if you're making a quick card, you wouldn't necessarily want to do all this, but sometimes if you're just relaxing with the colouring and, you know, fancy trying out some new ideas, then this is one thing you can do to give it a nice sort of texture. Right, so anyway, you get the idea, little cakiness. Next we're going to do, let's do the icing. So we're going to take 3 purple colours, which you can see at the top there. And I'm going to start again with the darkest one, I think, and we're going to add, start where we think it's going to be dark. So I'm going to go around the edges, trying to be neat. And where else? Around the edge, around the bottom of the cherry, across that line, and around the edge. Okay, next, you probably know already, I'm going to take my middle colour and again go over the edges of this. So I don't need to go over the whole thing with it, just the bit where the dark meets the white. And finally, take my lightest colour and kind of go over the lightest bits. And you see this lighter colour will start to push some of the darker colour away. So if you go over it quite a lot, it'll start to go quite a lot lighter. You can see where that's happened there. So yeah, you might want to, don't go too enthusiastic with a lighter colour or it'll push all your shadows away. And okay, so that's the icing done. Next we're going to do the jam. Oh yes, let's have some nice jam. And yeah, now I'm going to use these 2 lovely jam cherry colours, and I can add a base colour of this. To be honest, I don't think it'll show through much when I add the darker colour on top, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. If you can just use that one probably, because it's I'm going to go over it like this. But you could leave a few little bits of light showing through if you want. Have an experiment. Oh, I'm just going to go over it. Dark jam. Let's have nice blackcurrant or something. Delicious. It's going to make me want cake, this. Right. Next I'm going to do the cherry. And again, same 2 colours, but this time light colour. This is the RV19. And I'm going to go over nearly all of it. I'm going to leave a little bit of light in the colour white in the corner, because that's going to be my highlight. Next, darker colour, RV69. It's a lovely colour, this, peony. And I'm going to go around the edge of the cherry, just like that. And then I'm going to take my, one of the lighter colours, one of the lighter purples. This is the B91, and I'm just going to go over it. See if that works. That might be a bit too light actually. Might try it with a lilac. And as I say, you can experiment. And if you go, oh, my cherry's a bit light, you can just go over it again with a bit more dark colour. But I think that's working out okay. So that's my cherry done. Next thing, a good top tip is use this one is BG10, or actually you can also use a blue, which I haven't actually listed, but it's quite good. You can use, if you want to make something look really white, use a blue or a bluey greeny colour to add a little bit of shading, because it will make it stand out from your white background. So I'm going to do this again on the tail. So either one of these, and next I'm going to add a bit of ground, and I'm going to use the B12, the pale lilac again, and just going to add a bit of ground for him to sit on. There we go, and if you wanted you could even add a bit darker there if you wanted, but I didn't actually do it on that one. So, and finally, again, this is optional. If you don't have much time, then don't worry about it, but BG10, fantastic colour for just going around the edge of an image and making it look like there's a bit of either, you know, sky or some sort of background. And I quite like going around the edge quite lightly and then just sort of flicking away a bit. And just going to go and do a bit more around that side. Now, depending on, I didn't need to do it on this one, but it depends how hard you colour. And if you decide you've added too much or you want to blend it in, then you can get your blender and you can blend it in. But I didn't actually need to do it on that one, and I don't think it really needs much here. So there we go. I think that's pretty much everything. Actually, I do realise I've just left that little bit out, but there we go. All done. Hope you enjoy, and hope that's helpful.